Every year, approximately 6 to 8 million animals enter shelters nationwide. According to paws.org, unfortunately, only 15% of pet owners in the US have adopted their pets from shelters, which leaves all the other animals behind to die. Several people choose to purchase pets from pet shops or breeders based on their unique preferences. But the conditions that these animals have been raised in are highly inhumane and unethical. Instead of supporting big corporations, consider adopting your next pet from your local shelter. As an animal lover and owner of an adopted pet, this is something incredibly important to me. I strongly believe in adopting and encourage everyone to do the same. When searching for your next companion, consider the benefits of adopting a shelter animal, the positives you could provide for your community, and how you could prevent future breeding in inhumane conditions in puppy mills. Adopting an animal from a local shelter has its own benefits, but it can also benefit your pet and it gives them a second chance at a better life. Even if you are searching for a specific breed to fit your unique lifestyle, your dream pet may be waiting for you at the shelter. According to the Virginia Maryland College of Veterinary Medicine, almost every shelter has a variety of animals to choose from, and most shelters actually have purebreds for specific needs. Shelter animals are often abandoned pets from previous owners due to abandonment or even death, and some may have even been strays who simply have never known a good life. By adopting, you could help show these animals what a loving owner is like. Several of these animals also have separation anxiety, especially if they have had a previous owner. It just depends on their situation, but adopting them can help them overcome their behavioral needs and issues while also helping you kind of learn how to foster their needs. So recently, shelters have seen improvements, but adopting can help decrease animal mortality rates. According to the Best Friends Animal Society, 2.4 million pets were adopted in 2024. 4.1% of government shelters saw a 16% increase, although private shelters declined, which means that the more you adopt locally, the better these numbers are and the less deaths that these shelters are having to enforce. The cat kill numbers last year actually fell to 188,000, but unfortunately dog numbers rose by 6.2%, which equates to 237,000 dogs that unfortunately lost their lives. Then we had 37,000 that simply died in care. But the positive of this is that 625,000, out of these millions, actually were returned to their owner, because a lot of the time these shelters see dogs or cats that have gotten loose. And so even, visiting the shelter, it helps them, with their financial needs, and it helps them reunite their pets with their owners. So if you're an owner and you have a pet, you would know the anxiety that comes with your pet running out, being lost. But these shelters, simply because people are contributing every day, these shelters are able to reunite the pets with their owners. Adopting locally means helping not only your new pet, but your community as well. As I just mentioned, shelters struggle with overcrowding and underfunding. This is also according to the Virginia Maryland College of Veterinary Medicine. Once again, they just struggle with, people that don't come in nearly as often. People are once again prioritizing purebred pets in these pet stores, whereas simply visiting the shelter, adopting, it helps the shelter free more space up and provides them with resources for future animals. And then, when you adopt, there is a small fee, much smaller compared to most pet stores, as most of you probably know. But this small fee helps have the shelters, they have a more financial opportunity, and it helps them to further rescue and rehome animals. So once again, it is so important to adopt rather than shop because pet stores and breeders are often inhumane. Looking at the side of the actual stores and the breeders, um, this is kind of, you know, um, maybe a trigger warning. These pets are seriously abused, they're neglected, they're often malnourished. They only really, pay attention to them just for the sole purpose of breeding, production, and profit. This is from pauls.org. They state that most of the animals, for breeding purposes, stay in overcrowded cages for the majority of their lives. So approximately 90% of all pet store animals actually come from these mills. Yeah. And then, according to the ASPCA, most pets that come from the mills are subjected to extremely high stress, obviously, as I just mentioned. And this, no doubt causes serious issues. So, these high stress levels contribute to behavioral problems and health problems in store bought animals. Being confined and malnourished, all of these horrible conditions, they can contribute to separation anxiety, even, just anxiety in these pets. And we can't really blame them. I mean, it's due to these corporations treating them this way. And they're not only exploitive of the animals, but also you as well. The ASPCA warns that most pet stores usually disregard animal health and obviously prioritize you more. They mainly use sales tactics to get the largest profit from you. Breeders and stores often lie about meal conditions. I'm sure some of you didn't know the conditions that maybe your own pet was raised in. But yeah, the stores also promote specific breeds over others. So sometimes, half breds come in, you know, it's just a pet at the end of the day. I know some people do have preferences, but yeah, oftentimes the stores do promote specific breeds over others, which just leads to, higher production of these certain breeds. And yeah, once again, these conditions, they keep reinforcing them. So there are several reasons to support local shelters over your commercial pet stores. Overall, the pet shelters are saving lives, while pet stores are prioritizing profits over safety. And adopting, gives back to the shelters in your communities, while shopping supports simply animal abuse. And if you are an animal lover like I am, the choice is clear. Please remember this the next time you're searching for your furry friend. Thank you.